You have probably heard the myth that building a highly profitable business requires millions of dollars in upfront capital. The reality is that a laptop and an internet connection are simply your baseline. When you start a business with $0, you are not getting a free ride. You pay for that lack of financial capital with rapid skill acquisition and a significant amount of unpaid time. That is sweat equity. If you look online, you are hit with dozens of lists promising the perfect low-cost business. It becomes overwhelming because, on the surface, every opportunity looks equally viable. But if you pick a model that doesn't align with your current life constraints, your existing skills, and your immediate financial needs, you will burn out before you ever see a return. This quadrant chart provides a framework for evaluating your options. On the bottom, the x-axis measures your time to first revenue, from fast to slow. The x-axis tracks income scalability, from a strict hourly cap up to infinite scale. Down here in the bottom left quadrant, we have service-based businesses. These models get you to your first dollar quickly, but your income is strictly capped by the limited number of hours you can physically work in a day. Up in the top right quadrant are asset-based businesses. You face a long runway of unpaid time up front, but the scaling potential is virtually infinite once the business gains traction. Success is not about finding the objectively perfect business. It requires matching a specific business model's trade-off profile to the resources you currently have available. This comparison table outlines what we call the freelance floor. If you need fast revenue and are willing to trade active time to get it, this is your starting point. You can see the barrier to entry and ideal clients for video editing, graphic design, web design, and content writing. Look at the required input for video editing and graphic design. You need to dedicate 2 to 4 focused weeks to mastering modern software tools. Once you know the software, you can immediately capture the demand from content creators and brands who desperately need to outsource their production. For web design, you bypass complex programming entirely by mastering visual, no-code builders like WordPress. This allows you to build professional sites for local companies. The trade-off is that your pipeline relies heavily on word-of-mouth referrals, and you will spend a significant amount of energy navigating demanding client revisions. With content writing, the input relies on pre-existing specialized knowledge. If you understand fields like finance, healthcare, or law, you can command a premium from business-to-business clients. However, you will face the constant hustle of securing new contracts. Without a specific niche, you carry the severe risk of being priced out by cheaper generalists. The freelance floor offers the fastest path to your first dollar, but by tying your income directly to your physical working hours, you will find it strictly caps your long-term wealth. This next table shows the arbitrage engine, where you shift from executing the work yourself to managing systems and leverage. We are analyzing digital marketing, e-commerce, and AI services. A digital marketing agency requires mastering paid ad platforms and then hiring specialized freelancers to actually execute the campaigns. Your daily work transitions away from creative tasks. Instead, you manage client anxiety and strictly control the quality of your freelancer's output. For e-commerce models like print-on-demand or dropshipping, your required input is intensely researching market gaps and operating the digital storefront. We need to dispel the set-it-and-forget-it myth. Operating these storefronts demands steep, ongoing marketing costs and constant hands-on customer service. Finally, AI services require learning how to implement artificial intelligence workflows into legacy businesses to improve their daily efficiency. This gives you a massive first-mover advantage and high billing rates. But because the technology evolves rapidly, you must continuously upskill to avoid obsolescence. The arbitrage engine effectively breaks the hourly wage ceiling. In exchange, you take on high operational friction and the stressful overhead of managing teams and software systems. This final table outlines the authority assets. These models are built for infinite scale and decoupled income. The paths here are freelance consulting, online courses, and YouTube. Freelance consulting requires extracting and packaging a decade of your prior corporate expertise in specialized areas like HR, IT, or operations. It yields highly lucrative contracts with corporate clients, but it is completely inaccessible to a true beginner starting from scratch. Online courses involve packaging a highly valuable, in-demand skill that you already possess into a repeatable, automated curriculum. The massive initial time investment is entirely unpaid until you launch, and the product only survives if you maintain perpetual marketing efforts. Building a YouTube business requires consistently publishing video content that either solves problems or entertains an audience to build loyalty. The trade-off is extreme delayed gratification. Creators endure months and often years of consistent labor before generating multiple revenue streams. You have to be prepared to work in silence. Content platforms require a sheer volume of unpaid time and output before you see any return on your investment. Authority assets offer the ultimate prize of scalable wealth, but they exact a grueling toll in upfront, unpaid endurance. Now we have to move from the business models to your specific profile. How do you actually make a final selection? This decision tree acts as a diagnostic framework. It starts at Node 1, looking at your existing advantages. Do you have an existing high-value professional skill? If you answer yes, you are a skill-heavy transitioner. Your immediate focus should be freelance consulting or specialized content writing. You must focus entirely on extracting and monetizing the authority you already possess to secure high-ticket contracts. If you answer no, we move down to Node 2. This asks, do you need revenue in 30 days, or can you wait 12 months? If you need cash flow in 30 days, you are a time-rich novice. Direct your energy toward video editing or web design to master a specific tool and secure your first client immediately. If your financial needs are met and you can wait 12 months, you are a long-term compounder. Dedicate your effort toward YouTube or online courses to build scalable assets. Once you decide, do not fall for shiny object syndrome. Constantly switching between business ideas when things get difficult guarantees you will never build momentum. Avoid the trap of spending months planning a business in a notebook. If you never actually launch and face market rejection, you are not operating a business. Every single model we have discussed shares one absolute baseline requirement, a minimum of 1 year of unbroken consistency. The financial barrier to entry for these businesses is practically zero, which means the barrier to success is entirely discipline. Choose one path today, ignore the other 9, and commit.